was overcast and blustery conditions that welcomed some 3,000 plus athletes for the age group event on Sunday morning in Mooloolaba. But before the age groupers got the chance to compete, it was the ITU Premium Oceania Cup, with some aspiring to get to the elite level for one of the World Cup events, trying to put their mark for a claim to go to the next level. Despite the weather conditions, the ocean was relatively flat, making for a comfortable 1,500 metre swim, as comfortable as it can be at least. Those waiting to get started in the age group events, anxiously looking at some of the more elite athletes and getting a few tips perhaps. And for a few of the others, whilst they were waiting to get started, a chance to just get acclimatised to the conditions. Many of the athletes hitting the clock as they get started, as they're not competing against anybody but themselves and looking to do a personal best, and a few of them making a slightly more casual start. Out of the swim, through the transition, and some time checks as well, although they're unofficial. With the time checks always comes a fair bit of encouragement. The bike leg in this event quite different to what we see in the World Cup race. This is a non-drafting event. The 40-kilometre bike ride is a simple out and back, as opposed to the laps that we see in the World Cup race. And the weather conditions, they didn't affect the swim too much. The surf was relatively flat, but they did affect the bike leg with strong headwinds throughout the course. One of the wheelchair athletes getting some support as he made the transition. An outstanding performance. Others a more casual start to their Sunday morning. One of the more difficult challenges in the age group events is through transition. Finding the bike, well, that's the first task before getting out onto that 40-kilometre ride. And then onto the run, another difficult run, but it was a strong performance by the Australian in the women's event as Sarah Dublé took out the women's race. And in the men's, it was a race to the line with Peter Kerr taking the victory.
It's my first ITU win, so I'm ecstatic, relieved, all that sort of gear, so couldn't be happier.